My people, move closer. Whatever you're doing right now, just leave it and drop it and listen to me. Today, I want to tell you a story that made me cry for a brother of ours in the Netherlands. That same story made me to scratch my head for 2 good hours. You know William, eh? You know him now? Okay, if you don't know him, watch this video to the end. By then, you understand who William is. William is a man who has been in the Netherlands for 10 long years. This man was sweating in the cold, working day and night like Japa. This man always look, over his shoulder because he think, oh, I'm illegal, I don't have document, police are coming after me. What do I do now? William is that same type of person. And finally, the sun was about to shine on our brother. He was just a few steps away from holding that Dutch passport. That one that will make him an European citizen. But as I speak to you now, William is back to square one as a ghost. He is a ghost in the system. When you do the system like this, William ghost. Now so now he go appear. Why? Because of €150 and a woman he called sister in the Lord from the same church. If you think your address is just a place where you sleep, where you put your head, you don't feel amo. Because you are making a big mistake. And that same mistake can cost you your life in the diaspora. And also, when you trust one sister, now my sister in the Lord, I sabi this sister, na Christian, na choir mistress, and na prayer warrior. If you put your diaspora immigration matter on their hand, you don't make big mistake with that. Let's go back to William. William met a woman, a Dutch woman, beautiful woman, fantastic woman. This woman said, you know what? We're not going to get married, but we're going to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Because the woman don't read, the woman don't know, say, a lot of these experiences when they get married, waiting they happen at the end of the day. The two of them, they agreed. They live under one same roof together with William. And for 3 good years, they've been living like boyfriend and girlfriend. They went holidays together. And in the Netherlands, if you ever live together with a partner for 5 good years under the same roof, then, you can apply for naturalization. And that was what William was about to do. William's name was on the BRP, that is the basic registration of persons in the Netherlands. William was legal. William had a job. He goes to work every now and then. Biomolodu. William had a beautiful baby boy with this same woman. So, what do you think will now delay William's naturalization? No, nothing. But you know how life sometimes waka. Sometimes life will be sweet and sometimes it can't turn sour. Sometimes probably maybe cultural shock, money palaver, and the relationship of William, boom, broke. William have to move on. William packed the small, the big of his load, move out of that house. Now, here's the first mistake that William made. William found a place to stay, but the landlord said, my brother, you can sleep here, but you cannot register your name on this address. William said, Oga, beg now. Let me pay small money more. At least make my address there on top of this place. The man said, no, it's not possible. My brother, in the Netherlands, if your name is not in the system, you do not exist. You're just like a ghost. Lefu, now they fly. But William thought, he can be smart in this situation. He didn't want to lose his clock of that 5 years because the clock is ticking towards the 5 years. So William had no option. William went to a woman from his church, an African woman, an African sister. And William said, Auntie Ejotorolong, please help me keep my name on your address. So, at least my papers, can continue. If there's any break like this, I will be in soup. Auntie I begged Toriolong. They negotiated. And he said, don't worry. Pay 150. William said, no problem. Every month, I'll pay the 150. William agreed. But William was even dancing lambada because he finally found address. Because to find address is not an easy thing. You will sweat before someone will give you address. And why? Because sometimes when people put you on the address, At the end of the year, either they have to pay more taxes or they have to declare your income as well with their own income. And by so doing, many people don't want to do that. And also, some kind of legal implication, if you have problem, is that how that they will call? So people, they don't want to put people's name on address. So it's always difficult. That's why William was dancing, Ashake, when he had that address. You see, this 150 is not the problem for William because William had a permanent job. William was paying his taxes and even transferring this 150 euro every single month to this, our sister. The money never for once delayed. End of the month like this, 150 in her account. And William thought it was just 2 years away from his freedom to have the Dutch passport. William was so happy that, bro, after 2 years now, me too, I will become Dutch citizen. Fast forward the matter now. 5 years, now hits. 5 years reach, and William put his best clothes on. William went to the salon, barbed his hair, because he won't find picture on the Dutch passport. You know the way we say you do your own, the time we say you won't collect, your own passport now. You sabi am now. William walked straight into the Gemeente. That is the municipality where he will go and tell them that he wants to naturalize himself. And when William got there, William said, Madam, good afternoon, ma. I'm here to naturalize myself. And at the end of the day, I still need to apply for Dutch passport, for Dutch nationality. That is what I'm here to do. The woman, straight at the counter, looked straight kuru into the computer, press and chaka. Raise her head up. Look at William. Put her head down again. Chaka. Look at William again. The woman by the counter was wondering what's going on here. At the end of the day, the woman looked straight into William. And the woman said, Mr. William, where have you been for the past 2 years? William says, I've been here, ma. In fact, working, living. I've been in the Netherlands. I didn't go anywhere. The woman shake her head like this as I shake my own. The woman said, no. According to our record in the system, you disappeared 2 years ago. You were deregistered from the system. You traveled to Africa? Maybe you went there to live? William said, no, ma. I've been in the Netherlands here. The woman said, well, your residency is only 3 years. You still need 2 more years to go. William was about to argue with this woman, but the woman told William, frankly, the woman said, you know what? You can pay the 1,090 euro, which is for the nationalization money, but the IND, they will still send you back and they will not give you your money because it's not refundable. William shocked. William stopped. William was dumbfounded and William was shaky. Immediately, William called the sister, the one that gave her address from the church. William used WhatsApp to call this woman and the woman did not pick her call. William tried. The woman did not pick her call. And at the end of the day, the woman picked. And William says, sister, what happened? The government says I don't live at your address. And then the bombshell. The woman says, William, I'm sorry. I actually moved here to the UK 2 years ago. The landlord took the house back from me. That was why I moved back to UK. So your name was removed from the system, because I no longer live there. William screamed, auntie Mogbe. Why now? Auntie, 2 years ago, you've been out of the Netherlands and you're now in the UK. Hey, but I've been sending you 150 euro every single month into your Dutch account now. Why didn't you tell me this? In fact, maybe I called you 2 months ago. You didn't tell me any of this, auntie. A weekend, though. You know, be good, better person, though. If I swear for you, this auntie said, I was going to tell you, my brother, but I was so busy. UK, money, early money, whatever, it's so heavy than the Netherlands here. And as per for your letter, the new owner of the house said he has been throwing the letter in the trash because he doesn't know who you are. William, look around, look up. Right away there outside the Gemeente, William was crying. William did not know what to do. either to curse this woman or to go straight to UK to go and fight this woman. But William cannot go, except William will go and start to apply for visa. Can you imagine the wickedness? For 2 good years, this woman was sitting in the UK collecting €150 from a struggling man that struggled in the Dutch cold weather, knowing fully well it was becoming a ghost in the system. She was eating this man's money, and she was even eating this man's future, because she has even ate the man's future. From 5 years now, the man going to spend 7 years. Because of what? Because of greed. Within 5 years, now clock has reset. He has to stay back in the Netherlands for another 2 good years to complete that gap, the one that he has lost. And you know the law, how the law works in the Netherlands. If they change it from 5 years to 10 years tomorrow like this, William is finished. Is there any lesson that you've learned from William's story today? Well, for me, I've learned a lot. And one of it is, never build legal status on a lie. If you don't live there, don't register there. The BRP system in the Netherlands is linked to everything, like your tax, your work, your immigration, your health. Everything is linked together with that, your BRP. So if you don't have address, you're in trouble. Again, trust, but verify. If you're paying for an address in the Netherlands, which is already a risky thing, you must check your My Overhealth account online every month to see if you're still registered there. Don't wait for a sister like this, our Olobruku sister, to tell you, I'm sorry, Emma Binu Etori Olong. Another lesson. Church is not a character reference. Just because you sit on the same bench in a church doesn't mean she won't eat your future for probably like €150. Yeah? That now manifests into you spending another 2 good years in the Netherlands. William's story is a tragedy, but it is also a teacher to every one of us. Have you ever been deleted from a system because you trusted a wrong person before? Or maybe you are currently paying for an address and you haven't seen a single letter in a month? Please, the comment box is there. Let us share from your story. This story actually broke my heart when William waka come and started telling me his story. 10 years in the Netherlands, only to be turned into a ghost by a woman he sat next to in a house of God. But anyway, I have a serious question for the community today. If you were William, would you demand your 3,600 back from this woman in the UK? Or will you just leave it, boom, for God and focus on your next 2 years extra that you need to spend there in the Netherlands? Please, the comment box is there. Let it roll. Also, if you missed the part where I explain how to check your registration status privately so that this type of things will never happen to you, drop your comment below. Let's warn our brothers and sisters before they enter one chance. And please, if you know you are on an address that isn't yours, go and check your status today. Don't wait until the day you go there to collect your passport and you now find out that you're a ghost in that country. Don't wait till it might be too late then, because things might have even changed then. This is African Black Gold TV, where we don't tell you what you want to hear. We tell you what you need to know. Share this video. You might just save someone's 5-year journey from being wasted. I'll see you in the next video.